Welcome back to Between You and Me. That's Lex.
And that's Grace.
So, Lex, between you and me, what are your thoughts on mukbanging? Is it mukbanging? Mukbangs.
Some people pronounce it like mukbang,
Mukbang.
I don't know.
Mukbang.
I pronounce it just differently in the context of what I'm saying. I hate them.
Love, hate?
It depends. Like if people have the mic like next to their neck or their mouth, and you can hear like the. Can't do that.
Yeah.
Hate it.
Little trigger warning.
Sorry, guys.
No,
but if I'm genuinely just watching someone eat and they're not being obnoxiously like slurpy or whatever, I love watching people eat. I think they're great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite food or, I don't know, edible something for mukbangs?
I love when people do like onion boils or like seafood boils. Yes. It just looks so good.
I always crave the food that they're eating.
Yes.
Every time. I know some people actually watch mukbangs as a way to curb a craving for food.
Ooh.
But I feel like it just makes me crave it more.
Yeah. No, me too.
I'm like, I
for
want
sure.
that seafood boil. I need it in me now.
I need it now. Where can I get one?
Yeah.
No, I'm the same.
I really like the ones with the, I don't know if it's ice or what it is, but it's like shaved ice and these ladies just eating different, like a little star ice shaving and then the juice, but then the juice will like slip and that's when I don't like
the slurping.
That either. Yeah.
Not a fan.
Yeah. No, what's that one girl's name? Jelly Bean? Have you heard of her?
Mm-mm.
She is one of the, I would say, more popular mukbangers, and she has made it a mission of hers where she would intentionally gain a ton of weight to then intentionally lose a ton of it.
Isn't that like a fetish?
Is
like
it?
Feeding people until they like get really fat?
Like feeding other people?
Yeah.
It actually, I mean, anything can be a fetish.
I think that's like a really popular one though.
Okay.
I just started learning about that.
That might
it has a name. I don't know what it is, but
okay.
It's like, yeah, you feed people.
Yeah.
To like purposely get them to be fat.
But that's feeding other people. Well,
yeah, not yourself, other people.
I was gonna say, what is the gosh, I'm a therapist. I should know the term off the top of my head. Munchausen's or whatever. Yeah. Is it kind of similar to that where
I don't know. I don't know if I would say it's like that.
Okay.
Because I think some people like. I've heard that some people have like OnlyFans specifically for eating and getting fat. So sometimes you are like feeding yourself to get fat to like want like so other people are attracted to that. So it's not necessarily just like other people feeding other people, but you eating specifically to make other people happy.
She definitely gets a lot of views because of it. But yeah, she's probably one of the first like mukbangers I found.
Never heard of her.
But there's some on my TikTok and whatever that I'm just enthralled by. But yeah, that's my little like tidbit. How's your weekend been so far?
It's been good. Nothing too exciting has happened, but yeah, just living life.
Yeah,
just living.
Lex and I are making a tradition now where we go get a beverage, probably of some kind, but
Jaden, I swear to God, it's every time. They were so quiet, and then we started filming, and they're like, let's yell now.
And now they're timing to
let's yell.
Anyways, sorry about the men you might hear in the background.
They're playing on the Switch.
They're playing on the Switch right now, but we got these drinks again. You remember Pop Soda Shack, please sponsor us, please.
We love you.
Did you get the same as last time?
Yep. I love her.
Which is the Raz-Taz,
yep.
With the raspberry puree. That sounds so good. I need to try one with the puree.
I love it. It's so good.
Yeah, I got a different one this time. I still stuck with the Diet Dr. Pepper just because it's so good.
Girly.
It's so good. This one's called Dude with 3 U's, and it's a Diet Dr. Pepper, coconut, vanilla, and then coconut cream. It's really good.
Sounds really good. Very yummy.
My mukbang for today. Little ASMR situation for you.
We love her.
But do you want to tell them what we're talking about today, Lex?
Today we are talking about just like financials. I don't know. It's kind of a broad spectrum, just like having money, earning money, losing money, playing with money. I don't know. All that.
Yes. Yeah. From like a girly
woman
perspective.
Yeah. A lot of girl math probably happening in this episode.
A little bit of girl math.
A little bit of girl math in this episode.
So I guess a good kind of prompt to get us started on this topic is, what do you think are just the differences between how women are taught with money versus men?
Yeah. So growing up, I was not taught much about money at all.
Yeah.
Just that you need it to live and you probably should save it, but like I wasn't really taught how you save things properly. And then my husband, he grew up like learning how to like invest money and save money and like how to spend it wisely and all that kind of stuff. So I think men just usually get and a lot of people like think men, hold on, I need to breathe. I think a lot of people expect men like to be the providers. And so I think they're given a little bit more grace and taught a lot more how to save and like make money and be responsible with it. Whereas girls are like, go buy some clothes. Yeah. Or like just they're like expected to spend money. And so they're like not really taught necessarily how to save it. I think, I mean, like in my experience, I wasn't necessarily taught like how to just spend people's money or like my own money or whatever, but I definitely was not taught how to save or like be smart with my money.
Right.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's an absolute because
no, not at all.
There's not even like there's some people I follow on social media that are women that are very money smart and were taught that growing up. Yeah. But I would say it is more common, like what you're saying, that women are not taught at least how to like maybe save, invest, like how to make your money grow.
Yes.
But we are taught money as a way of, like you said, you need it to live. Money is what you use to buy food, what you use to go shopping, what you use for all these other things.
A lot more basic or baseline. Whereas guys get that little bit more like extra or like in-depth of money. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, how you grow up is definitely influenced by that.
For sure.
For sure. My mom taught me, I was of the age where she taught me that, you need to get a loan, you need to do these things because that's how you build your credit. And I mean, this is true. Like you can build your credit that way. But when I started dating Jaden, he was also very financially smart. Like had that growing up. He taught himself that actually, which I find interesting because I think like you were saying, a lot of men will get the education from whoever's around them. But I was taught with him how you can build your credit in other ways, and there's a way to do it where you're not actively putting yourself into debt to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I just, that's something I wish I knew earlier on.
Yeah, me too. I still technically do, but we share an account now, so it's not as aggressive, or I guess it doesn't exist anymore. I just lied to you all. But before I was married, I definitely lived paycheck to paycheck. But I did that to myself because I could survive. Like, I don't have a lot of bills. I don't have any. I'm not in any debt. I have no loans, nothing like that. So I was able to work for a certain amount of money, and like I only work 4 hours a day.
Yeah.
That's not that much. But I could survive on that. I mean, I was stretching it every once in a while. Like sometimes I'd be like, oh shit, I'm really struggling, but I can make it work. Like there was times when I had like $3 in my bank account. Like literally one time I remember checking my bank account. I think I had like $8 in there. Then I went to Taco Bell.
Oh my God.
And I had like 75 cents left. And I was like, that was my choice. I did that.
Yep. But just enough to get a Crunchwrap Supreme.
Yep. It was delicious. It was so worth it. But yeah, I used to live paycheck to paycheck. But I was smart with the money I did have, but I wasn't smart enough to like save and not spend and not go get that Taco Bell. Yeah.
Living paycheck to paycheck is such a common thing nowadays for so many people, and I truly think that a big thing that would help is just more education. For sure. You know, because I didn't really learn. I was living paycheck to paycheck as well through college, and that is stressful because you're a college student, right? Trying to work. I was working 2 jobs at the time. I had my internship. I'm going in classes, living paycheck to paycheck. No one ever taught me how to make my money make money for me and how to budget. A budget,
budgeting was that's hard for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've heard the term, but
I don't do it.
She took up no space.
Never gonna do it
in my brain. Yeah, no. Speaking of budgets, do you do a budget? Have you ever done one? Do you and Mason do one?
We don't do one. I've never done one. I've tried. Like I've made them and I've tried to like follow it, and it just never stuck.
Never stuck with you. What do you think was a barrier to keeping it like going?
I just like to spend money. I like to buy things.
Yeah.
Whether it's like food or like, you know, obviously you have to pay bills and stuff, like car insurance or whatever. But yeah, food, like clothes, like I always like to go do things with people. Yeah. And everything costs money. Water is not even free anymore.
Yeah, so, literally. And experiences, yeah. Because if you have your friends saying, "Oh, we want to go out to eat," it's hard to want to turn that down.
Yeah, because you want to be social. We're social creatures.
Exactly. Yeah.
We want to be out doing things with people that we care about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Absolutely. I had I learned about budgets when I took personal finance in high school.
Yeah.
And I learned it through. I don't know if you're familiar with Dave Ramsey.
I am.
Yeah.
My husband does not like him.
His envelope, I forget what he calls it, but like envelope something, where you would put on the envelope what you wanted to save your money for.
Yeah.
And then you would just put cash into that envelope.
That's smart.
When I was a waitress in college, I would just get cash.
Oh, yeah.
So I did that for a little while, where I would just write on different envelopes, what do I want to put it towards? Like student loans, towards groceries, towards gas, towards eating out, towards whatever, and I'd put cash in there.
That's really smart.
Yeah, so that helped me a little bit at the start, but I don't think that's very realistic for everybody.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it doesn't always like go well for people's lifestyle of having the cash on hand, doing envelopes like that.
And keeping the money in the envelopes. Because it's so easy just to like take it out. Oh, I want to go do this.
Right.
Here it is.
Yeah, or you have to go through and count it every time you want to know what you're at.
Yeah.
And so I use a budgeting app.
That's smart. No, it's good.
Yeah, Mason, plug your ears right now. But I use Dave Ramsey's Every Dollar app to budget, which I do like.
Yeah.
The app. I agree that some of Dave Ramsey's theories
might be
a little outdated.
I'm not saying he doesn't like him, but a Dave Ramsey, from what I know of him, is a lot of get rid of your debt and have no debt.
Yeah.
Mason is really about having good debt and like using that debt to like buy more things. I don't know how it works, but like you like get a house and then you are like get a loan for that house, and then all of a sudden you like can buy another house with the house that you have and the loan or whatever. I'm not good at this. I don't know. I don't take care of our finances, but
we'll have to have Mason on for a segment.
He is a huge he loves debt. Like good debt. Obviously there's bad debt and whatever, but he and Dave Ramsey is like no debt.
I know that a big thing with Dave Ramsey that's controversial is his take on paying cash for a house or something like that. So kind of what sounds like what Mason has said in the past of having good debt, especially around an investment property or something to like make money for you in the long run.
I say that, but we literally bought our house.
But you could also afford to do that too, you know, but
because
like,
of
Jane and I
having
couldn't.
Good debt.
Yeah, when we bought this house. But yeah, I do use his app though to budget, and I really like it because I can go in. There's tons of apps out there. I know a lot of people use spreadsheets too. You just make a good old spreadsheet.
A Google spreadsheet, yeah.
Yeah, but I like it because I can go in, put how much I'm making, my income in there, and then list out the different expenses. Everything is on my phone. My banking apps, everything's on my phone. I don't prefer a spreadsheet, a Google sheet.
No,
but I know a lot of people do. I've tried it in the past. It's just hard for me to maintain. But then I go in, I put in, okay, this is based off of my paycheck. This is how much I want to put towards saving for, whether it's debt or it's saving for like a trip you want to take. And then the rest is where I'm going to allocate to the things I have to pay for, like rent or if you have groceries. And then you have your fun things. And then you just put in how much you spent. If I got my drink, like $5, okay, $5 at Pop Soda Shack. I really like it. It's easy to go into, and it helps my anxiety with money, because before I learned how to budget and work money, I would get so anxious to even look at my bank accounts. I didn't even want to look at them.
Yeah, I used to get a lot of anxiety, like money anxiety. But I mean, I was doing it to myself. I wasn't like trying to fix myself. I was like, I can live this way. I'm just going to do it. Yeah. I can do it. I know how to do it. I'm just going to keep doing it. I'm not going to fix it. But obviously every situation's different. I didn't have to fix it if I didn't want to. But yeah, money anxiety was a huge thing I suffered with a lot.
Did you ever have an experience that like kind of woke you up or made you realize, or like a mistake, maybe a financial mistake you made that made you realize, oh God, maybe I need to change my ways a little bit?
I mean, I should probably say yes, because I've definitely like overdrawn my account a few times.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I was, not so now, but definitely when I was like 17, 18,
mm-hmm.
like being young and dumb and buying everything I saw and like really not caring, because I still lived with my parents. So like if I really needed help, I could have just went and asked them. But probably, it was probably that, I guess. But there's nothing like super crazy. Like I've never bought anything super expensive, or like I've never been in debt before. So I've never had to like be super cautious or like fix anything. Mm-hmm. So I have to say no, I think.
Yeah. I think a big difference... Oh, sorry, what were you going to say?
I'll just say just growing up, I learned to not be dumb with my money.
Yeah. It's one of the things you learn the hard way as you get older, right? Yeah. And you go from being 15, living under your parents, to all of a sudden you're 20 years old and you're out on your own, right?
What do I do?
You're trying to navigate it.
Crazy stuff.
I think another big difference too between for women compared to men is women are viewed as more expensive, and I think that's because we're taught that we need all these things to keep ourselves.
No. It's because of the pink tax. You motherfuckers are blaming us for being expensive, but you're the reason we're expensive.
Yes. Well, that's just it though. It's like, but there's so many things that influence it, like the pink tax. There's higher standards for women. For sure. We have to have our hair, our makeup, our clothing has to be the latest fashion trends. Where men, it's like
they can wear 5-year-old t-shirts and ripped jeans and no one cares.
So I think that's a big difference in how men and women save and spend. You know? Sure. Yeah. Were you gonna say something more with the pink tax?
No, I was just like that's just it.
Like she's like
I just that we're expected to make sure we're like clean shaven everywhere, or we have our hair done, or we're like our eyebrows are plucked, our makeup is done. All of that is so expensive.
Yes.
And not only is it just expensive like as a whole, but because it's a woman's product, it's more expensive.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of girls are like, I use men's razors. Yeah. Because I'm not paying for a pink razor.
Exactly.
Who cares? It's
that's
razor.
Just it. It's like the pink pens, pink razor, pink whatever. I'm like, make it work girly.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm going to go to the dollar store.
$5.
Stupid.
Yeah. No,
yeah, that's annoying. I get annoyed by that.
Yeah. What are like some other financial things you think are unique to maybe a woman's perspective, or just as you've gotten older that you've noticed for yourself personally too?
I don't know. Maybe like girl math.
Girl math?
Like if I go buy something and then I return it, like I'm making money. Yeah. Men don't think like that.
No.
I'm like, you didn't make money. You like are back at zero.
Yeah.
Like, but I think a lot of girls think like that, me included.
Or like a gift card is free money.
Yeah. Or like if I pay with cash, it didn't come out of my bank account, so it didn't happen.
Yes.
It's like I just magically got these clothes, but I actually just paid like $400 on a shopping spree, but it was in cash, so it didn't exist. Yeah, I don't know, just stuff like that, I think.
Yeah. But do you think that girl math is... Like, I know that's how girls will have those thoughts of, if I paid cash, I didn't actually pay, like, because it didn't come out of my bank account. Right. But in reality, do you think that that's true, or that's just kind of how we process it in our brains?
I mean, it's not true. You paid for it.
Yes.
But I think, it's just you don't see your money leaving you. Like, obviously, you, like, hand it to the cashier or whatever, and you're like, okay, buy money. But, like, you can't, like, look back at your bank account and be like, where did all this money go? Because it was never in there. Yeah. Like for me, like when I was a waitress and I had tips, my tips was my spending money, and I would spend that shit like crazy because I didn't see it leave my bank account. So I was like, I never had it to begin with.
Yeah.
It sounds stupid, but that's the way it is.
Doesn't. No.
Like if I have cash, it's not real money.
Yes.
Like it doesn't exist. I don't have it in my bank account, so it's not real. And so if I spend it, I'm not losing any money.
No, I think it's definitely a matter of and it's different for different people, because I've heard people where they say, oh, spending cash is more difficult for me because I can see the actual dollar amount versus a credit card or debit card. Like it's just a piece of plastic. I don't really know what's going in and out.
Both ways definitely exist. Yeah. And so I've heard that too.
And vice versa, right? So I think that that's why, to me, girl math is obviously like, okay, yes, we're spending money, we're doing whatever, but It just in our brains, we're like, but it's not coming out of the account, so it's not. Which I love women. They're the best.
We're so fun. I love them.
Another thing too that I think is hard for a lot of people, especially for women, like in getting out of their parents' homes, coming into their 20s and so on and so forth, getting older, is just how to balance your paycheck with passion, or how to have fun, like going out to drinks, going out to eat with your friends, with family, but then also how do you save? How do you invest? Like, how do you balance those two things? Yeah,
having like a life and also not drowning yourself in debt.
Right.
Or just having no money.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I am probably the worst person to have this conversation with because I literally did that. I would like, obviously, I'd be like, okay, I have this bill coming up, so I have to have at least this much in my bank account. Yeah. That was probably the extent of my budgeting. Yeah. But I don't know. I'd always get like a cheap something when I go out to eat to make sure I'm not spending too much or more than I need. So that's probably about it. Like, that's the extent. Just like, okay, this sounds really good and this sounds really good, but this one's cheaper, so I'm gonna get this one. Or like, I'm gonna get 3 drinks in the bar and that's my limit. And I'll just pregame hard at home. Yes. Just stuff like that. Like, I don't know if I really super budgeted anything.
I think it does keep coming back to budget. You know, if I always think if you can prepare yourself as much as you can for your next week, your next 2 weeks, a month, however you want to plan it out for, then you can have that sense of security when you do want to go out. Yeah. You know, of, okay, my friends, we typically like to go out, you know, once every other weekend to go drink. And I typically drink around this much. Or, you know, if I want to save some money, I could pregame at home and then have 3 drinks out at the bar. You know, so I think one of my ways of how I balance that difference of how do you save, invest versus how do you also live your life is prepare as much as you can. Yeah. You know, like budget out, think ahead a little bit, because when it's in the moment, it is hard to say no. Yeah, for sure. When everyone's ordering shots, when everyone's ordering, you know, dessert at the dinner table, but you like, only have enough in your bank account for your meal. You know, it's overwhelming. So just, you know, whatever we can do to avoid that stress.
I would definitely, I didn't necessarily like save money or like budget it, but I'd always be very conscious in how can I spend the least amount of money in whatever I'm doing. So you're always getting like the Target or the Walmart brand of things. Like, I don't need a name brand. Who cares?
Right. Right.
Unless it's clothes, then I always get name brand because I have to.
But that is good too. Like, it's not like pink tax is one of those things, right? Versus why get the pink razor when you could get the men's blue and black razor and save $3,
and it $5. Works exactly the same, if not better.
If not better, which is crazy because women are
the ones that have to
quote
shave.
Unquote supposed to shave, right? But also, do you really need the name brand of flour, of sugar, of or like of whatever, of anything,
and it's all the same things too. Yeah, it comes from probably the exact same place, right? Or something like, it's not any different. Flour is flour, sugar is sugar, a razor is a razor.
Especially when you are trying to save or invest your money elsewhere. Like, if you want to eventually make an upgrade, like, my brain immediately goes to the sourdough that I make. Oh, yeah. And I have this Dutch oven that I got for $50 off of Amazon. And it works really great. I make really good bread with it. But then there's people who have I'm going to butcher the hell out of it, but like Le Creuset or whatever. Okay. Do you know that brand? No. Okay, but they're really expensive. Yeah. They're really expensive. I mean, they make really nice stuff, really good quality. But it is hundreds of dollars. And I'm like, but why would I spend hundreds of dollars when I could take that money and put it somewhere else? I could invest it to my Roth or my whatever. And I could spend $50 on the thing that's going to do the exact same function.
I think consumerism is hitting us hard and like influencing. Like, you don't need this just because someone says you do. Yeah. Or you don't need to be buying, like you said, hundreds of dollars Dutch oven. Yes. Just because it has a fancy name. Or a lot of people are like pushing it. If something is cheap and does the exact same thing, get that. You don't need a name brand.
I think you're exactly right, Lex. Consumerism is just like the term, right? That you come back to of everyone around you has the name brand thing. Or you have to get this. This is like essentials for whatever. Yeah. Essentials for enter here.
And you're like, know? Is it though?
Like, is it really? And I fall for it all the time. I definitely do.
Every once in a while I will. I'll be like, I need this. Yeah.
Well,
and I don't actually need it.
Right. Like, I've made it fine without it. I think about when Jade and I went on our trip to Europe, and right before we were going, I was doing so much research on essentials for traveling to Europe, essentials for like a long flight, essentials for whatever.
Yeah.
And I did do a pretty good job at trying to be mindful, because I also had Jade in there to keep me in check.
Yeah.
But it is so easy nowadays when you can just go search essentials for insert here. Yeah. And get 10 recommendations for things that you otherwise probably wouldn't have really needed or gotten.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you travel a lot.
Yes, I do.
And so you like, normally I feel like you would know what you do need and what you don't need.
Right.
But then you do look it up, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I didn't even think of that. But you had traveled without it before and didn't need it, but then you get it into your head and you're like, maybe I do need that.
Yeah,
maybe it will make my... And you're like, just kidding, I didn't actually need it. It was a waste.
Yes. Like, I have a really good example for this, actually, of something that got me. Have you ever seen those pill containers where you open it up and you can put stickers on these different little compartments in this compact pill organizer, and you can put your ibuprofen in it, you can put your like Dramamine in it, you can put your Tums,
I've seen them,
whatever. And I was like, oh my god, that's perfect, I need that.
Yeah. When
realistically the only medication I'm really using, especially for traveling, is motion sickness and like ibuprofen.
Put them in a plastic bag and label it.
Literally. Or just take those, like, get a miniature bottle of those things and take those. Yeah. But no, my ass bought that because,
Did you use it? Did you love it?
I did use it, and I still use it.
But you didn't need it.
I truly use 2 things most of the time out of there. But hey, if anyone needs something at really any point, trust I probably have it.
You got it.
Yeah.
I don't really take pills, so that's not something I would need. But there are things that I have been influenced. Like, definitely when the whole Hydro Jug and Stanley craze happened, you best believe that I went and got a Stanley and then a Hydro Jug. I actually have 3 Hydro Jugs.
Yeah, but Hydro Jugs are so nice.
I do love them. I use them all the time.
Yeah.
And so it's not something that I was like, I didn't need this.
But do you need 3?
But do I need 3?
Right, yeah.
No. But do I have them and do I use all of them? Yes. And I love them. But
Jaden actually just asked me about the water bottle craze yesterday.
That's such a hard one. And it's a new one every single year. It was like during the Visco Girl phase, it was what were they called?
Stanley?
No, it was the water bottles with like the little guy with hair on.
Oh, the little guy with hair?
Yeah, that was like the logo. It looked like a guy with like crazy hair.
I don't know.
It was...
Guy with crazy hair.
I'm gonna have to look it up because it was during that Visco Girls phase, and it was
a Hydro Flask.
Yes,
it was Hydro Flask.
Hydro Flask, and then it was Stanley, and now it's Hydro Jug.
Yeah, well, Awala too was in there.
Oh, Awala, and then Yeti was one.
Yes,
way back
Yeti.
When. Yeah.
Yep. Yes.
And I'm like, do you need all of that? No, but they are useful to have.
Yeah.
But it definitely was something I was influenced to get. Yeah.
That is actually when I moved from my old house to this house. I was trying to be very mindful about my water bottles because I had a shit ton of water bottles.
We do too.
I would buy a new water bottle at Starbucks whenever they would come out with a new tumbler in the season. I would pick which one I liked and I would go buy that one. I had no business having that many Starbucks tumblers.
I mean, that's fun though. It's something to collect.
Yeah, no, it was. I mean, I loved it, of course, but they would quite literally just collect dust.
Yeah, I never used them. Yeah,
because I had a couple of them that were my favorite that I would use more often, and so when I was moving here, I was really mindful about trying to purge the ones I don't use.
Yep.
And I love that I did that because now I have my green Hydro Jug, which I love.
Yeah.
That's usually my go-to girl. Mm-hmm. I have a couple coffee mugs. I have a blue Yeti. And I think I kept And then I kept like a clear water bottle.
Yeah.
Because I like having clear bottles. I have one right there.
Yeah, so cutesy.
For my coffees or my drinks. I like to see.
Yeah, we definitely did the same thing when we moved. Yes. Or not we, I did it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got rid of like so many coffee mugs. Like I don't drink coffee, so I don't know why we had 20 coffee mugs. We had like 20 water bottles, and now we're down to probably, it's still a lot. We're probably at like 10, but it's less than 20.
That's better. Yeah.
But yeah.
Water bottle.
It's just dumb. That's a really big, that's like a crazy big consumerism.
Yeah.
And it always works too.
Yes.
Always. It's never like, oh, that's stupid. I don't need that. Everyone's getting them.
Yeah.
Everyone.
I think that the water bottles and then phones too. Every year it's like, okay, like upgrade to your new phone.
I know a lot of people are influenced. I'm not, because I'm better than you. No, I'm not. But no, I literally have an iPhone 11 still, and I love her, and I'm not going to change her until she literally dies.
Right.
But I also hear all these people, I think what's the 15? Everyone hates the 15, or is it the 16?
I think it's 16 now.
Yeah, 16.
Yes.
Everyone hates the 16. They're like, I wish that I didn't do this.
Yes.
And I'm like, I'm so happy with my girl.
Or even like, think of things that you could buy used, even like not even just the kind of the immediate things that would come to mind, like a car, but Lex and I were shopping for chairs for the podcast studio, and we found ones that we really liked at Home Goods for $400. $400
and they
per
weren't
chair.
like giant, comfy, super like crazy chairs. Like they were like this big. Yeah, like this big, and they were like short, and they were nothing special. Yeah. I'm like, $400 for what?
Yeah, like they would have been perfect, but they were definitely not $400.
But not for $400.
Not for $400. Maybe like $100, $150.
I would have been down to pay $150 for those chairs.
Yeah, yeah. But we could buy something equivalent to that, even better, off of Facebook Marketplace. Yeah, for a fraction of the price. Right. You could buy used for so many things, and there's people who are go to a thrift store, go on Facebook Marketplace, go on eBay, go on Poshmark, go on wherever. Yeah, they're selling things from furniture to cars to homes,
everything.
Everything, like anything you can imagine. So
I'm definitely a big like thrifter.
Yes,
when it comes, there are certain things like I won't buy shoes from thrift stores. That just freaks me out. But like almost anything else, like shirts, pants, skirts, accessories, I love it. And then I always donate my clothes or like sell them or whatever. I think that's great. Just the cycle of everything. Yeah. But that's a really easy way to save money.
It is.
It's like if you want name brands, there are like consignment stores that always have name brands.
Poshmark literally has so many on there.
Yeah. So if you're like, if you're one of those people that's like, I need name brands for my clothes, go to those. Don't go to the store and buy a $60 t-shirt.
Right.
Go to a consignment store or like Poshmark and get it for like $10.
Yeah, save some money.
$15, something. Yeah.
Save some money. Okay, what do you think financial independence means or looks like in like reality, practicality for most people?
Financial independence. It's kind of a good question, and I don't know if I have an answer for that.
You're okay. You can take time to think about it.
I don't know. Just like being independent, I feel like is just not owing anyone else money. Other than like obviously you have to pay car insurance and like your phone bill and like Wi-Fi and electricity, like that kind of stuff I think is different. But like paying off a car or like a home or something like that kind of debt, I feel like if you get rid of it, because normal people, like I said, Mason likes good debt. But normal people don't want debt, which I wouldn't either. But I think just not being in debt and like not scraping to get by. Yeah. Like having a good savings and then also having money where you can like have fun and be stable. I think that's maybe what I would say.
Yeah, I think that was really nicely worded. I agree that financial independence, especially to me, I find it to be when I don't have debt holding me back from having certain experiences, or I have to work around this debt I have, and so I can't afford this amount for groceries or something like that. Yeah. So being able to get debt under control, but also, like you mentioned, having savings set up so that if something happens, I'm secure. Yep. You hear the talk of having an emergency fund. Right. Having it in case you have to go to the hospital for some unknown reason, you get hurt. or your car breaks down and you have to take it in. To me, that is financial independence / freedom when I have the means to be able to take care of myself, not just when I'm doing good, but when I'm also doing really bad.
Yeah, you don't want your money holding you back.
Exactly. Yeah. Right, or preventing you, from moving forward. So, yeah, that's a really good answer. I love that.
I had to think about it a bit.
Yeah.
But we got there.
Do you think that how does being bad with money look like?
You're looking at her.
You seem to be doing pretty good from where I'm sitting.
I mean, I make it look like I do really good. I mean, obviously now I'm married and I have another income coming into my bank account. But before that, like, I never let anyone know that I was doing poorly because it's no one's business but mine.
Yeah.
And I also didn't want people to be like, well, do you need help? No.
Right. Don't want
I'm
your
going to figure it out myself. Thank you.
So what is... in practicality, what does being bad with money look like?
But just, like, spending money that you don't have.
Yeah.
Or, like, purposely, like I said, I could have fixed my situation and I didn't because I didn't need to. Probably should have. I probably would have had a lot more, like, fun and I wouldn't have been so stressed. But just, like, working either more or, like, at a job that you make more. Like, just because you're at a job that you, like, and which is important, but... find a job that supports your lifestyle.
Right.
And I think like a lot of people don't do that. They like work a job and then have a lifestyle that's bigger than what they make.
Right.
I did that. And that like hurts you so much financially because people are people. They're just going to do whatever they want. You're going to spend the money that you don't have. You're going to hate it and you're going to feel so stressed out about it and have so much anxiety later, but you're still going to do it.
Yeah.
Because like you said, it's hard to say no in the moment.
It is.
And so I feel like a lot of people just don't have a job that fits their lifestyle or don't work enough or something. I don't know. But yeah, I forgot what the question was.
You're good. It was what is like being bad with money look like?
Oh, I think, just...
But I think you answered it
spending
really well.
above your lifestyle or having a lifestyle that doesn't match your bank account.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
was going to say something similar, like spending above your means, right?
Yep.
Like that's exactly what you were saying of just you don't have the money to afford the lifestyle you are attracted to. And it doesn't, like there's nothing wrong with being attracted to a certain lifestyle because there are people who like luxury things. There are people who are more frugal because they're like, no, I'm very happy and content with, making all my food from scratch and from having the same like clothes or hand-me-down clothes or whatever, And
that's totally fine. I think everyone's entitled to their own lifestyle. And if you like what you like, you just can't help it. But definitely make sure you're making the money to live that lifestyle.
100%. Yeah. Like making the money and also give yourself the reminder that it doesn't mean that you won't ever be able to afford that lifestyle. Yep. And that's something I have to remind myself often because I'm 24 years old and I definitely have dreams of a very
different lifestyle than you live now.
Yeah. Yep. Not necessarily like crazy like Kardashian rich lifestyle, which is not necessarily the goal. I mean, that would be nice, but
whose goal isn't that? Yeah. I would love that.
But just to be able to have a really nice home with a wraparound porch and not have to stress over, can I afford to have kids right now? Can I afford this wedding I am planning? Can I do all these different things? And it's something that I struggle with because I want my wedding, for example, to be super elegant and very, very classy. And there is a way that I'm trying to achieve that on our budget. Yeah. But it is hard that I have to constantly remind myself, okay, Grace, let's pump the brakes. Yeah. You can have very close to what you're wanting. It's going to be harder because you might have to do a lot of it yourself. Yeah. Or you might have to save in other areas. But it doesn't mean that someday you couldn't have something equivalent to that. Right. It just takes time to build up wealth and to have your money make money and all of those things.
Yeah, you're not getting rich overnight. It takes time.
Yeah.
Time and effort,
Yeah, absolutely. Is there any other thoughts you have when it comes to finances or money?
I don't think so. I think I said everything I needed to or thought of. I am not a good with money at all. I never have been. And I have gotten better since meeting my husband. He has definitely showed me a lot how to save and how to be smart and like how to live within my means. Because when I was a little bit younger, I definitely did not. But yeah, I just think I don't know.
And that's why it's so hard for so many people, is because I'm very similar to you. I was not taught those things growing up.
Yeah.
And there are people who are fortunate enough where they have people in their lives like that right away.
Yeah.
And they can start young. And then there's people who meet them later in their life like we did in our 20s.
Yeah.
And they could help us, you know, not in a condescending way,
right.
but just because they care about us and they were building a life with us and they want to see us successful too.
Correct. Yeah.
But then there are also people who never learn that, like die with poverty, in poverty. And so it really is about opportunity and experiences and the people you surround yourself with. And sometimes, a lot of time, you don't get to choose that.
Right.
You know, so I guess at the end of the day, the biggest hack or tip is to surround yourself with people like who you want to be. You know?
Mason says a lot. He's like, surround yourself with rich people.
Yeah.
Because they're going to help you get rich.
Yeah. Like you
don't have to be like surrounding yourself with billionaires, but just like people who have more money than you.
Yeah.
Surround yourself with those people because they will help you figure out. People love helping other people become rich. Like rich people are like, yes, let me help you.
Yeah. Let's figure this out.
Yeah. So surround yourself with people who know what they're doing. Yeah.
Have you ever seen the movie Pursuit of Happiness or The Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith in it?
Yes.
One of the scenes where he is walking up to this like stockbroker in his nice car and said, dude, I have 2 questions for you. One is, what do you do? And second is, how do you do it? Because he's living a lifestyle that like Will Smith wanted to live in this movie. And those are 2 questions that I think are amazing for if you want to, like, if you crave a certain lifestyle for yourself, like how, like, surround yourself with people who are living
doing
it, who are doing it, you know, because clearly they've been successful at it.
Yeah.
You know, so.
And it goes the opposite way too. Like if you surround yourself with people who are bad with money, you're probably going to become bad with money.
Yeah.
Like you are who you surround yourself with.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those I think that's the biggest tip that I would have. That and just budget. Budgeting is good for you.
Yeah. Budget and find rich friends.
Find rich friends who know how to budget. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah, guys, I hope you really liked today's episode as we talked about finances. If you have any like specific questions or
any tips that you have that you used to help you, we'd love to hear them.
Yeah, we would. We maybe one of these days we could get Mason and Jaden on the pod to share some
really have some good advice.
Yeah, I know Jaden has been on the podcast when it used to be under Life in Motion, so you can scroll back if you want to hear more. Jaden got more into the technical side of like budgeting in specifics, investing, retirement, those kinds of things. So if you are curious, you can always scroll back down to that. But if you liked what you heard today, please leave a review. If you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell so that you are reminded when we post. But yeah, I hope you liked it. Share with all the friends and everyone. But yeah.
Yeah, so between you and me,
you didn't hear this from us. Bye.